highway wanders through the desert. A tumbleweed drifts past a dusty dive bar. A coyote shrieks out to no one in particular. Someone's bleeding out in a bathroom stall. The stars tonight are bright, but not nearly bright enough. This place does not exist, and yet, here you are.
Welcome to San Arroyo, Kindred.
We start off perhaps about as far away, geographically, socioeconomically, you name it, from San Arroyo as perhaps one could feasibly get. In the city of New York, New York. You currently sit in the admissions office of a rather expensive rehab facility where you've been staying for a undisclosed amount of time, staring down a increasingly frustrated head of admissions. If you'd like to describe what Jeremy Reed looks like.
Jeremy's got, I'm going to say, tousled brown hair. You know, where you've got hair that's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long, that's just ever so slightly muscled, always looks like it's always getting out of bed hair, but with the kind of like that like slight curl to it that tells you that it's actually been combed a lot to get it to that size. He's got notably pair of mismatched eyes. His left eye is a very bright blue, and his right eye is kind of a darker, like almost emerald green. He's Caucasian, almost 6 feet tall, just a little shy of there, but definitely on like more like the whipcord lean side of things. Very skinny, and he's always got what you might imagine is just a bored or frustrated expression on his face, especially as he's staring this guy down.
Yeah, I think his name was Dennis. Honestly, you haven't really been paying attention. None of this was your fucking idea in the first place. As he's looking over an admissions form, and he's saying to you in as polite a tone as he can muster, Mr. Reed, I understand that you meet the technical definition of our outpatient program, but that being said, there's still concerns about relapsing should you leave the facility, and I really think that maybe if you just took a few more weeks, stuck it out with the program.
A few more weeks, huh? A few more weeks. It's always a few more weeks. No, I don't really think I'm going to do that. I don't think you can keep me here. I'm not a danger to myself. I'm not a danger to others. So what if I drink myself into an early grave?
Well, Mr. Reed, that's kind of the whole point of rehab, that you don't drink yourself into an early grave.
Well, sounds like I don't really think about it the same way you do. It's not really, look, do you know what it's like never living up to the example you set when you were fucking 9 years old?
No, Mr. Reed, I can safely say that I don't know what it's like, but if you just maybe opened up a bit more to our therapeutic facilities, maybe you could work through some of these issues before you decide to head out on your own.
Yeah. I mean, what's the way to say this politely? I know who's paying for my stay. I know why they want me to get better, want me to get back to work. But, I'm going to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to get away from it all. I'll take a vacation. Nice, long, pleasant vacation, far away from all the stresses. Clearly this is just a stressor. Like, my lifestyle, all of this is combining to just, it's just bringing me down. Clearly, I just need to take a nice, relaxing vacation.
You could see Dana or Dennis or Donnie or whatever the hell, like, sort of kneading his temples. Or eventually he just puts down the form on the desk in front of him and says, Mr. Reed, Jeremy, I'll level with you. We all know why you're here. And it's not just because of the drinking problem. That's part of it. But that's not the whole of it. And I'd be lying if I said that you weren't the first person who's kind of been taking an extended vacation in our facility due to maybe wanting to get out of the spotlight for a little while. And you're right. You meet the bare minimum requirements for being released on your own recognizance. So there is nothing I can do to stop you from packing your bags and leaving this afternoon if you want. But that being said,
You're baiting me. Go on, finish your thought.
I've seen people self-destruct in some really ugly ways after they claim they're cured, for lack of a better term. And I just want to make sure that you're not going to be one of those people.
Getting a guilty conscience now? Is the money not enough for you? How's it feel to be able to write your own checks?
Okay, Mr. Reed. See him take out a pen, sign something at the bottom of the sheet. As of today, March 3rd, 2023, you are free to go. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, won't be the first person to warn me, won't be the last. And, for what it's worth, Dennis, well, thanks for the concern. But yeah, you enjoy cashing those checks. And, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to leave.
We flash forward a year from that conversation on a different side of the US, in a place probably as far removed from Manhattan's Upper West Side as you could feasibly get, focusing in on the comparatively far less impressive downtown sector of San Arroyo, California. Population maybe 1,500 on a good day. In this otherwise unremarkable desert town, there's a rather interesting oasis of what passes for high culture in Americana. A 2-story building called Provence, or Province, as most of the population mispronounces it. It's a restaurant, a suspiciously high-end restaurant for such a locale. Supposedly got 2 Michelin stars back in 2012. The inside is almost this, what you might charitably describe as Beaux Arts meets Old West revival, which is probably grandly appreciated by the 1% of people who can actually afford to dine at this place. And it's in this rather overwrought main dining area that we find Jeremy Reed once again sitting at a large, polished piano. How's life treating you so far, Jeremy?
Oh, well, it's not great. Turns out I don't own the rights to any of my music, so, that goes to figure. Parent used the delicious power of attorney paper to clear out my bank accounts and found out that there are royalties paid for every time I sing any song that's even remotely associated with my catalog. If I sing it, delightful manager gets a nice cut of all the change. So I have found myself playing as much as possible for cash so that my asshole of a manager, Mr. Vic, doesn't get his cut of blood, so to speak. Whiling my nights away here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. You've been working nights at Provence maybe couple months now, and, well, you're basically being paid almost exclusively in tips, but it helps that you can basically just play show tunes on the ivory keys in a bit of a low tempo, and people mistake it for Beethoven. That's the kind of cultural wasteland you're dealing with here.
Well, I mean, if they had more money, they would have, they would have, if they had more money, they'd have enough sense not to eat here. So
yeah,
that's where we're at.
Go ahead and give me, as find you in between sets for the evening, a charisma plus performance check.
I can do that. Oh, you'd love to see it.
You're too good for this place. You're too good for this place. That's probably why you've been, perhaps out of spite, been giving almost every performance you're all like you're playing for a crowd at the Kennedy Center. Not that it really makes much of a difference. Occasionally somebody might slip a 20 into the tip jar next to you, but, it's the little victories at this stage.
Yeah. But hey, it's appreciated, and you know, bright shining smile is all it takes sometimes.
Yeah.
And then of course the night ends, and hang out with guy at the bar.
As you're kind of, well, let's just say, what's Jeremy's drink of choice, and how many has he had since the evening began?
To be honest, he's probably, I imagine he's drinking a really peaty scotch. Something that like anybody would like, anyone tries to like steal a sip from it, it's gonna like make their mouth taste like a swamp. But he's actually not drinking them fast, but he is drinking them pretty steadily. So I imagine he's probably a couple tumblers in, but that's probably over like an 8 or 9 hour period. So over for like a functioning alcoholic, that's probably riding a very pleasant buzz.
Like I said, it's the little things. It helps that you do technically have an employee discount, and for as much as shit you give this place, they do have a pretty impressive drink selection for being out in the middle of nowhere.
It's probably like an Ardbeg or something.
Yeah, something that you really do have to be from a certain socioeconomic rung on the ladder to really enjoy. Regardless, this has been your nightly ritual these last few months, and it's only really interrupted tonight when Carson, the floor manager here at Provence, kind of sidles up to you as you're on drink number maybe 4 or 5.
Carson, how you doing this evening?
Can't really complain. How, any chance you're gonna pay that tab back at any point?
Like blinks for a moment and thinks is pretty sure I filled that. I'm gonna make a show of rummaging in my pocket. Okay, hold on. Let me check the bill here.
You do know what you're drinking is like $50 a glass, right?
Yeah, but I get a discount.
Right, so make that $49 a glass. Look, he sits down, kind of next to you at the bar. Jeremy, I appreciate your situation, but something's got to give here. Your habit, let's call them, is actually costing us more money in the long run.
Oh, that's not as hunky-dory.
No, it's not. But we do have something coming up that if you're willing to work pro bono, let's call it, I could maybe see myself omitting your last couple dozen rounds from your tab in exchange.
What? You need me to sing? Not putting on a fancy outfit.
Well, it is a bit of a black tie only event, but yeah, we got some folks renting out the private dining room on the second floor for a private event, and they've requested musical accompaniment. Now, we've already got a singer lined up, so no need to worry about that. But the pianist, well, they cut and run in the last minute, so.
Yeah, shit. It's kind of lucky I got a tab then, so I can't run. That's all right. I mean, what am I playing? Is it more show tunes, or are they looking for something more interesting?
Singers, a lady by the name, well, let's say, pretty sure it's a stage name, goes by Diva Dufresne.
Yeah, that's a stage name. There's no way someone's parents hated them that much.
I suppose you'd know better than me. Either way, more of a jazz background. You think you can handle that?
Yes, yeah, I can play jazz. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just different tempo, different. Really, you should get a saxophonist for this, but it works.
You do this, and we'll call it even, more or less. Sound fair?
All right, Carson, I'll do it, and I'll offer him my hand.
He shakes it, but yeah, maybe rent a tux or something. Crowd you're going to be playing for expects a certain level of presentation, if you know what I mean.
I clean up nice.
I will take your word for it.
Fair enough. Mm-hmm. I will finish my $50 glass of scotch and sigh, hesitate against ordering another one, and I guess I'll probably duck out.
Where does Jeremy typically go once he's finished at his shift at Provence?
I am renting a room at the Red Roof Inn around the corner. I think I'm actually current on that bill, but that's only because it's like $5 a night.
Yeah, it is. San Arroyo is one of those places where it really doesn't, even on foot, it really doesn't take long for you to get to the quote unquote seedy part of town. The Red Roof Inn and Motor Hotel is one of those places you imagine a noir detective probably goes to on the regular when he's investigating the death of an escort. In fact, you're pretty sure you're on a pretty good, almost a first name basis on some of the actual escorts that patronize the parking lot.
Hey, Jenny shares her cigarette. She's like 3 doors down. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey, it's the world's oldest profession. But yeah, it's definitely not what you'd call the most glamorous place, the Red Roof. There is a payphone next to the kind of main parking area. As you fish around your pockets for some of the spare change for the tip jar, you slide in a couple of quarters, calling up the attorney you've been talking to about dealing with the whole copyright situation. Once again, the somewhat scratchy voice on the other end of the line repeats to you something that you've gotten really damn tired of hearing for the longest time now, as you hear a voice say, "Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Reed, I don't know what to tell you. You signed over your intellectual property to Mr. Valentino way back when, and it doesn't really get more ironclad than that. We could push maybe for, to any judge that'll give you the time of day that maybe you weren't quite in your right mind when it happened, but even then, they're gonna ask for..."
It's the same contract I've been under since I was like 9, 10.
I know. And that, Mr. Reed, that's part of the problem, where any records of those files they're either privileged between you and your parents' estate, or rather your parents' estate and whoever was representing them at the time, or they're buried under so much red tape that they might as well be not admissible in the first place.
All right. So, same thing you're telling me everybody else is telling me? I'm just screwed? There's no way out of this?
I mean, the one card you have to play here, Mr. Reed, is telling the court that you were not mentally culpable at the time you signed. Have you thought about...
I see where that goes, and as much as it sucks not having money to write checks really well, I'm happy to be able to walk down the street and not have to ask someone's permission. So yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna go the mentally incapable route.
Mr. Reed, I don't know what else to tell you then. That is quite possibly the only route to take. Otherwise, your former agent gets his cut of the profits no matter what you do.
I mean, I just settled for my parents being cut out, but it's fine. It's fine. You know what? We'll figure this out.
Have you tried talking to your parents?
Yeah, they checked me into rehab, and then tried to get the guy to keep me longer. And no, we're not. I don't think we're going to be talking to them a bunch in the near term or long term or like ever. I think. Yeah.
Okay, and then there's also the... I hate to keep coming back to this, but there's also the matter of payment.
Yeah. All right.
Have you thought about maybe signing some kind of deal with like a podcast studio, maybe? I mean, those guys make a lot of dough. Telling your life story, getting it out there, how badly you were screwed over.
I could lay my woes on the weary world with them, taste the succulent, it's just, you know what? It's fine. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it for what it's worth. Like, I know I'm probably not your easiest client or potential client or asshole, but hey, you need someone sing at your wedding, sing at anybody's wedding, do anything, show up, whatever, let me know, and I got you. And then I'm gonna hang up on it.
Yeah, you hear him say, "Mr. Reed, wait, what about pay?" And you hang up.
Fuck.
still buzzed and eminently frustrated at everyone and everything.
Yeah.
You head up short flight of stairs to your room and collapse into bed. Just another day in paradise.
Hey, I love San Oreo.
If only it loved you back.
I'm sure it does. I'm still alive, aren't I? None of the hookers have knifed me recently, so we're good.
Following evening, you arrive once again at Provence, and it occurs to you don't think you've ever been up to the second floor.
I'm the riffraff these days.
Well, it's not necessarily surprising what you find up there. There's a series of private dining rooms, probably set aside for event spaces, much like the one you'll be attending. Carson, takes you through, shows you where the band is going to set up. You're not sure how anyone in a city like this affords 2 grand pianos, but there's another one waiting for you in this event space.
More money than sense. Money than sense, that's all it is. All right.
You sit down, play a couple notes just to make sure everything's in tune, and, well, seems to be in working order. And as you're kind of, just going through the motions of experimenting, familiarizing yourself with this new instrument, a woman walks in. A woman who is simultaneously quite striking and also quite possibly, well, you thought you were the most ruffled-looking person on the premises. She's wearing a very tomboyish outfit, dress shirt, pants, somewhat untucked, an old, maybe slightly frayed-looking jacket, very, very short hair, almost like a very short pixie cut. See her walk in, a couple other people do. They start setting up mic, audio equipment, all the standard accoutrement you're used to, having been in this industry for, well, basically since you were a little kid. But she just kind of wanders throughout the space, kind of running one hand along the linen tablecloth of one table, almost like she's just almost lost.
You the talent?
Oh, I haven't been called the talent in quite some time, but I am what passes for the talent these nights. She's got a bit of an accent. You're not really sure from where, but it's definitely something European.
You look the part, and everybody else is messing with instruments, and you're wandering around the tables, which a little interesting. You a singer or
something like that? I like to get a feel for the acoustics whenever I'm arriving someplace new.
Yeah, these rooms, they never really build them the way you think they would for proper projection, or they ruin it by hanging up a bunch of hangings right in the middle where the sound's supposed to come back at you. It's just, yeah.
I think it's the obsession with hardwood, personally.
The running joke is, or at least it's my joke, is the more money than sense. And if they had more sense, they'd have more money.
She actually does laugh.
That's fine. I'm here all the time.
You have a name?
Jeremy.
Call me Diva. She shakes your hand.
When I say Jeremy and she's looking at me, does she not recognize me? Does she not know who I am?
You think, for maybe the first time in a long time, this person has absolutely no idea who you are, and therefore no preconceived notions whatsoever.
Where are you from originally? I'm from back out east coast, New York way.
Oh, my condolences.
Yeah, it was absolute fucking cesspool.
Originally from somewhere in the vicinity of Marseille, and lived a bit of every place in and around Europe afterwards.
I'd like to travel to Europe. I just, I don't really... I took a trip through Europe a couple times. I don't really remember a lot of it. I was pretty young, and I just got up to all kinds of disreputable stuff, so it just blew right through my head,
And I'm sure we'll get along like house fires.
Don't make jokes about fires in California. They don't like that. I want to learn that one. It's all right.
And you are enjoying talking to this person a lot more than you thought you would, but you also remember
Oh yeah,
you
music.
still got a job to do. Yeah, that little thing. And she brought sheet music for a couple of the sets. And you start going through the motions of rehearsal. Again, nothing particularly new to you. Go ahead and give me a, call it either intelligence plus academics or craft.
Ooh.
You know, for someone named Diva, she seems remarkably okay with playing it by ear. She clearly comes from some kind of jazz background, as you can tell. There's a lot of that sort of musical styling, a lot of improvisation, a lot of times where you just sort of go with wherever the tempo seems to be taking you, and you go through a couple different sets of different varieties. She seems to be specifically big fan of the sort of, well, the classics, that old roaring 20s jazz age stuff that's kind of making a bit of a comeback in this century.
Got some energy to it. I like it. I can do this. It's more real than pop is, so let's do this.
It's the classics for a reason. And maybe an hour goes by, and then another, and you realize you're feeling an emotion that you hadn't associated with your particular talent for a while now. You're having fun.
It's been a while. I don't think I've had a good time playing in probably since I was like 12 or 13. It's just, wow.
By the time you wrap up and you and Diva are both reasonably certain that you've dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's for the upcoming event, wow, it's really late. It's almost like 3 a.m.
Wow. That, yeah. You know, I can't remember the last time someone actually made me smile when I was playing for him.
Is that your attempt at flirting, Monsieur Reed?
What's the real, genuine, like, actual joy? Like, you are actually smiling, and, like, you're making me smile. I can't remember the last time someone made me remember what's nice about music. And it's about when everyone starts to sing along, or when everyone starts to tap their foot, even if they can't control it. And it's that same smile. You gave it to me. You know, look, I know you don't know me. I know we might never see each other again, but for what it's worth, thanks. Thanks, I guess. I mean, it's been a while, and I do appreciate it.
That smile, and it's a really nice smile, never leaves her lips, but she does have this slightly little faraway look in her eyes when she says, very genuine soul hiding under a lot of expensive whiskey, aren't you?
Yeah, you know, the last piano player that I got for you skipped town. I had too big of a tab to run out on him. At least that's the way Carlson implied it. I don't know. I'm just kind of just came to the end of my rope, waiting for it to run out. I don't know if it will or not, but I didn't expect to smile, and definitely didn't expect to smile in a place like this. So
It's in a little close. What's like one very delicate hand on your shoulder, and for a moment you're not really sure what to do as she leans in, but then she says with just a very sad expression, "Don't lose that smile, Jeremy. Can you promise me that?"
guess I'll keep smiling for you if you're here. Can't promise I'll keep it if you're gone.
Sighs a little heavily, almost like whatever you said wasn't quite what she wanted to hear. And then suddenly, the intimacy of the moment is gone as her face once again lights up. She says, well, would you look at the time? I really must be going.
Thanks. See you at the show.
And she leaves, just as suddenly as she walked in.
I'm an idiot. It's all right. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. I deserve it. Relevant question. We've been practicing a lot. Did I even touch a drop?
You didn't. It's one of the few times when you didn't feel like you needed to constantly drown your sorrows in something alcoholic.
Yeah.
But now she's gone, and now the moment's gone. Or maybe you ruined the moment, you're not sure, and suddenly That emptiness in the pit of your stomach returns like it never left.
All right, so I'm gonna try real hard to leave without a drink.
Go ahead and give me a willpower check. They weren't kidding back in rehab, were they? All it really takes is one moment of hesitation. It's tough. It's tough to break a habit like that.
Yeah.
But somehow, maybe remembering what she said to you about not losing that smile, you decide, you know what? Tonight, I don't need to run up my tab. And somehow, you manage to clear the doors of Provence without touching a drop.
Wilson's gonna be so proud of me, and then so mad at me. All right, I'm gonna do what I think is the right thing to do in this situation, which is get a good night's sleep, and like shower and do like a really close shave for tomorrow, and like be. I think I'm actually gonna like care. I'm gonna make a real effort for tomorrow, for her.
You actually managed to get a night's sleep, although already you can feel the first symptoms of cold turkey creeping up on you as you wake up a little blearily the following morning. Shave, shower, you come in early before your shift. A little disappointed to find that a diva isn't there, but no matter, you got a job to do. You're gonna do it right, damn it. Eventually the night kicks off, and people begin to filter in, and immediately, you don't know why, but something about this crowd just kind of sets your teeth on edge. You haven't seen this many just glamorous people in one place since you left New York. And they are glamorous. They're well dressed. There's an air of almost Victorian-esque formality about the whole affair as people filter in. Servers scamper about in their penguin suits, delivering refreshments. The buzz of conversation never raises to quite that level of just ceaseless chatter that you're used to. It's reminding you of the old times, but not in a good way.
This reminds me of those like super predatory, like hyper rich people who pay to have like celebrities come like play their kids' like birthday parties.
Yeah, except you don't see any rugrats scampering around at the kids' table, so you don't even have that luxury. Diva eventually shows up, and she too is definitely dressed up for the occasion, whereas before she was what you might call artistically rough around the edges. Now she's in a full-on tailcoat, and she is wearing the hell out of it.
She made me smile for the first time in a while, so I just gotta count for something.
She gives you another flash of that brilliant smile, but can't help but notice it doesn't reach her eyes. Now, as a crowd awaits, let's not keep them waiting.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me another charisma plus performance check.
And I did spend a willpower on that one as well.
Alright, so once again, you find yourself, despite everything, actually having a good time. You and Diva both light up the room with a lively set that, well, not quite the sort of thing you'd get up and dance to. Definitely has more than a few of these otherwise stuffy-looking individuals tapping their shiny shoes underneath the table in appreciation. It gets to the point where you get into that almost zen feeling where the minutes seem to blur together alongside the notes and the chords and the different various little ticks and tricks that go into making a performance unique. To the point where by the time the set is finished and the party seems to be winding down, you don't really remember anything that happened. You just kind of feel a little lightheaded as you sit up, a little cramped from leaning over the piano keys this entire time, and take a deep bow alongside Diva to a not raucous but definitely enthusiastic applause. Both step down from the stage, and you're not really sure what to do at this point. Do you excuse yourself? Do you try to mingle a little bit? You're not really sure. Before you can really decide, you see this other woman, again, Looks like she just stepped out of a 1920s fashion magazine, a long, voluminous, almost cape dress that's showing just enough skin to be on the polite side of risque. Short, shiny, bobbed hair just kind of sweeps into your view and says, "You must be the delightful accompaniment."
Yeah. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've gotten to put on a good show.
I must say, Mr. Reed, it is an absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance. Tell me, what's your poison? Love to pick your brain about just what goes into the minutia of your little debutante.
Believe it or not, I'm trying real hard to avoid too much alcohol at the moment, but I'd be happy to talk.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And before you know it, you're sat down at the little minibar area on this upper floor. And, well, you're trying really hard here.
Yeah.
But somehow a glass ends up in your hand. This woman, you realize you never catch her name, seems more interested in the artist than the art. She keeps asking you questions about how you got started, what you think your greatest hits are, how exactly do you go about pursuing your muse?
Early on, things were a lot more informal. The first couple songs that anyone ever writes they always come from like a place of emotion or like intent. As I got older, are you familiar with the idea of four chord song? The issue becomes as things kind of get a little bit more commercialized, people develop some things are just catchy, and you just keep doing what's catchy, and you kind of get into a rut, and then you end up playing in piano in a bar in Santa Arroyo.
Oh, well, we're absolutely tickled to have you gracing our humble little abode.
Oh, I think most of y'all are way better than me at this point. I'm content to my lot at this point, I think.
That glass in your hand feels real heavy.
I'm gonna put it on the bar.
Give me another willpower check.
I'll try.
You're squeezing that glass hard enough that you're a little worried that you don't accidentally cause a hairline fracture in this expensive tumbler, but you've kept it away from your lips thus far. You can see this woman, once again, kind of cocks her head, is like, "Why, Mr. Reed, is something the matter?"
Have you, well, I mean, obviously you know who I am. You know about my past? You know where I was like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago? I'm gonna put the glass kind of on the bar, kind of look at it, and then kind of look back up at her. I was in rehab. And, they do say it's the hardest thing in the world to avoid.
Oh, goodness me, and here I am trying to pour strings down your throat. Excuse me, I had no idea.
It's all right. I wish I could say if you had met me probably about 3 or 4 years ago, you would have, I think I probably could have drunk you under the table.
Oh, I'm not that much of a big drinker anymore myself, at least only socially.
Yeah, it's, and that's the problem, right? Is when you're in a social environment and everyone's drinking and it's like so many other very pleasant distractions. Everyone's around you doing it, and it adds up. But it occurs to me, I was incredibly rude. I never called your name.
You can call me. You ever get that feeling you're getting into your car, and you know the road so well that you get in, you drive, and you don't remember driving. You just show up at your destination, and you honestly have no recollection of what the journey from point A to point B is like. Suddenly, you don't know how you got there, but you're somewhere else.
Huh.
You're still in Provence, you think, but you feel lightheaded, almost. Did your willpower crumble? Did you get drunk? You certainly don't feel great.
if I stand up, do I get like I'm a little too tipsy to stand head rush, or?
Yeah, you stand up, but you don't stand up from the bar. You stand up from one of the tables. Did you move? Did someone do something to the lights? It seems darker in here.
Huh. Can I kind of like blink the bleariness out of my eyes? This is, I guess, Provence. Where am I in Provence? Is this like a side room, or?
You're not sure. Room's dark, and your eyes are still blurry, and everything's swimming. You reach out. You think your hand hits the backrest of a chair, but as you try to take a step forward, your legs turn to water underneath you, and you fall forwards, flat onto your face. Something is, you don't know why, but something feels very wrong.
I keep my eyes like scrunched closed, take a deep breath, and like I'm gonna like run through like my faculties and my obviously I'm alive, so that's good. I've done a number of recreational substances. Does this feel like any I'm familiar with?
Give me let's call this stamina plus academics.
Sure.
You feel drunk, but also weirdly tipsy. You feel flushed, but also cold, like someone cranked up the AC in this place. You feel euphoric almost. If there's something scratching at that animal part of your forebrain, telling you that something is deeply, deeply wrong. You're now on your hands and knees, your eyes still scrunched together. There's something wet almost pressing against your throat, dampening the collar of your rented tux.
And I like feel it. Like, is it like all over my neck?
Yeah, it's warm, and you open your eyes just for a little bit and look down. Is that blood?
I am clearly hallucinating. Okay. Deep breaths. Obviously, Carson's mad at me for, the long bill and waited for me to get drunk with one of the pretty ladies and, like, drug me or something. So I'm going to, kind of, like, literally crack my eyes open and look for, like, I'm assuming there's, like, light under a doorway somewhere.
Yeah, there must be. This just must be something. Someone slipped you something. Maybe somebody roofied you. I mean, fucking rich people, right? You just need to get somewhere else, and you'll be okay. You'll be fine. Go ahead and give me a wits plus awareness.
I can do. Not a great pool, but I can try.
You try to stand up, but your head throbs again. You collapse back to the floor and almost beginning to soldier crawl towards what you think is a thin strip of light shining from the doorway. More noises begin to assail the edges of your perception, but it's like they're coming at you from the end of the tunnel. You think you hear someone laugh. Maybe several people laughing. Somebody says, "Look at that. I think he likes you." You're not sure who. More laughter. Why are they laughing at you? What's so damn funny?
I'm gonna try to crack my eyes open again.
There. That's a lot of blood.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It's a lot of blood. So much so that it's beginning to stain the expensive carpeting that you're crawling across. You're wading through a mire of your own juices, still desperately trying to get to that light at the end of the tunnel. The laughter hasn't ceased. If anything, it's the only thing you can hear now. Just people laughing at you, people deriding you, people looking at your suffering and getting quite a chuckle out of it, apparently.
Well, I didn't want to do that biopic. I don't like people laughing at me.
Yeah. Now you're laughing and you don't know why. Maybe it's just because you're feeling sleepy, almost. Very sleepy. But the light's still there.
I'm gonna try to keep crawling.
Give me one last willpower check. You're trying, goddammit. You're really trying, you swear. You're not half-assing this. You've never felt so determined in your life to just get somewhere, to do something. And yet you're still chuckling the entire time. Like, the absurdity of the situation doesn't escape you. You think you're dying. You never really thought much about what dying would feel like, but this might be it. You're gonna die in a rented tux in a fourth-rate city. That, you don't know why, but you find that quite humorous.
It is kind of funny. I mean,
It is kind of funny, isn't it?
all those thousands of people laughing at me my whole life.
Here you are, drowning in a puddle of your own sick. The laughter is replaced by almost a ringing in your ears, like the early stages of tinnitus. You're just gonna lie down for a second.
Yeah, I think I made it as far as I can.
Hear someone say, the voice is too distorted to register any identity. Look who made a mess. And another voice, slightly more hurried, says, please, just grant me this one thing. Not like this. Please, not like this. Did you say that? You're not even sure anymore. You're really tired.
I mean, at a certain point, my eyes are going to have to close and just kind of drift away on the waves.
What are the last thoughts that run through your head before your eyes finally slide shut?
At least Vic's not getting any more money out of me.
You're sat down in front of a grand piano, sheet music arrayed in front of you, keys gleaming white. Play a note. Seems ever so slightly out of tune. Play it again. No, that doesn't sound much better. You could probably get up, take off the cover, fiddle around with the guts of this instrument until you're satisfied, but for once, you really don't fucking feel like it.
It's going to be sour. It's going to be sour.
So why not be your genuine self, huh?
Yeah, well, not every piano is going to be perfect, and some of them, got dropped down into the stairs a couple times. It's fine. Let's check the rest of the keys.
What, sour notes do you coax out of this instrument?
So that noise of when it's not like quite discordant, but like like when you like hear a note and there's like that weird, you can like taste it. It's just like it kind of makes you go. Like I just imagine like he finds like that one spot where if he like rings it and then like that spot just like rings and it's the most disgusting note you can, and then he's like, I'm trying to ring it so that like nasty note is just like lingering in the air, like delighting in the I'm gonna say hilarity of just, and it's wrong and it's gonna annoy someone and it's not annoying me.
Fuck it, you got yours.
Yeah,
might as well go out the way you lived, half-baked and with no idea what you're doing.
yeah, and hopefully annoying someone on the way out.
That sour note becomes your symphony, just a shrieking, clamorous, dissonant wreck of an ensemble of a melody that sticks in the back of your skull and raises your gorge until you can almost taste that not quite metallic sensation in the back of your throat. Your mouth feels like it's filling with blood, and you know what? You just don't care anymore. It's the most beautiful, most genuine thing you've ever heard.
The subtle art of just stopping caring and just let the music play.
You're coming up on it now, the crescendo. That one part of the music that really, truly cements the rest of the melody to the audience. All you can hear, though, is ringing. All that you can taste is blood. All you can feel is your fingers being worked to the bone.
Be the first time I've played to my fingers' blood. And you know what? I'm going to keep going till the noise stops.
You look back up to the sheet music, just flicking your eyes up, making sure you get every single ratcheting, horrid squeal out of this instrument just before the final act, and written under the notations, the music never stops. That's the problem. Did you write that? You're not sure.
Seems like something I would say. Show never stops. Music never stops.
Show never stops. The music never stops. You're slamming your fists into the keys now. You can feel your fingers breaking every time they hit the ivories. You keep playing. Your hands are basically just pulped meat. You can't feel your tongue. You think you might be crying, but the tears feel strangely warm against your face.
Show never stops.
It never stops.
That's the real joke. They just can't hear it. It's all a big joke.
You
Never
slam
stops.
down your fist hard enough to crack the board, and then your eyes snap open and you're lying on your bed at the red roof.
Take a very long and slow deep breath, and then I'm going to feel where all the wetness was on my neck.
You quest around to that area and feeling around the cartilage of your throat, carotid artery, and normally you press your fingers up to that area. You feel slow, steady pulse, the blood flowing up through your artery, but you don't feel anything.
This is a really shitty afterlife. It's the Red Roof Inn. I'm gonna sit up and look around.
Well, definitely looks like your room. Look down at yourself. You're wearing, I think, the remnants of your rented tux, and oh wow, that is a lot of crusty, dried maroon splattered.
I don't think
all
I'm gonna
over
get
the
my
front.
deposit back. I don't
No,
think
you
I'm gonna
don't.
get my deposit back.
Start chuckling again.
Joe doesn't even stop for death, I guess. I'm gonna stumble into the bathroom and look in the mirror.
You know, you've looked into that mirror many times and thought you looked like shit, but now you look dead. That's the only real word for it. Pale and sallow and covered in what is almost certainly blood.
I'm inspecting my neck where all that wetness was before. I assume there's like bloody smears worse.
Weirdly enough, despite the state of your clothes, your skin clean as a whistle.
Oh, that's terrifying. Huh. Kinda. What time is it?
You fumble around for your phone. You could have swore you left it by the nightstand, but you can't find it. You think it's nighttime, and that's when you realize you're not alone in this room. In the cheap little chair and side table set off to the side of the motel bed sits a woman with legs crossed. She's in almost a noir-esque fashion, smoking a cigarette next to a practically overflowing ashtray, but you don't recall her or the cigarette or the ashtray when you woke up, almost like they suddenly just appeared the moment you walked out of the bathroom. Their face is still hidden in darkness.
I'm a little rusty on my noir, but is this where I say, you got a job for me, hon?
Very sad chuckle. The figure leans forward, and you recognize that face, still clad in the remnants of her own get-up from that evening's performance. Only that porcelain visage is now streaked with long red tears as she gives you that same sad smile she gave you just before the evening's festivities kicked off.
I'm gonna smile back, but I think Jeremy smiles a little truer somehow. He's not like faking it. He's like actually smiling. Hey.
Bonsoir, mon petit chou. I'm glad you didn't lose your smile.
Kind of funny. I'm gonna kind of crawl forward. I guess walk forward, and I'm gonna kind of like sit down on the edge of the bed, like so I can like face her like eye level. So you really are an angel, or is this trying to figure out the genre we're in now? Because I was really hoping for a better afterlife than a Red Roof Inn.
He stubs out the cigarette. Looks like she's been chain smoking for a while. You said something just before you went under. The show never stops.
Music doesn't stop either.
Either way, welcome to the encore.
I'm gonna like reach out. I'm gonna take her hand, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be cold, just like mine feels.
Icy, in fact.
You need a backup player? I think I'm available.
Something like that.
I think he's starting to he's not like sobbing, but there's like tears in his eyes. And he's just gonna kind of hold her hand.
She starts to chuckle ever so slightly, and you start to chuckle a little bit too, and before long, you're both laughing, and it's the most horrible noise you've ever heard, because it reminds you a little too much of that funeral dirge you were playing. It feels like not a few moments before. The most soulless encore you've ever had the misfortune of playing. A few days, or nights rather, we find ourselves back at Provence. Late into the night, the doors have closed, the staff have all gone home. Provence, as is perhaps to be expected for such a ritzy locale in a city that is anything but, sometimes tends to close early, let everyone go home when the crowds are a little slow. We see Carson, the floor manager, behind the bar, looking over at a familiar-looking bar stool. He sighs and reaches underneath the bar for a bottle of that Scotch blend that Jeremy previously seemed to enjoy so much. Pours himself a few fingers. And as he does, suddenly, just as the cup is about to reach his lips, we hear the sound of music.
Yeah, I mentioned Jeremy is probably playing something like more melodic. It's probably like actual authentic Beethoven. So it's a little mournful and just a little discordant.
Well, you'd know a thing or two about discordant, wouldn't you, Jeremy?
Better last night or two.
You see Carson slowly turn, his expression at first going from confusion and then surprise, and then slow, creeping fear as you just stare across at him from behind the piano.
Would you believe me if I told you I got sober? And I'm going to just continue to play as I'm kind of like staring him down. Haven't had a drink in like 3 nights. Cold turkey, it's kind of hell.
I can imagine, he says. He slowly puts the cup back down on the bar.
Guilty conscience?
Listen, Jeremy, I don't know what you think you know, but...
What do you want me to play?
I'm sorry?
What do you want me to play? Pick something. What's your favorite song? I can probably do it on the piano, even if it's got like a rock part to it.
Listen, Jeremy, I think it's best for everybody right now if we just
We're just talking. Wanted to thank you. I never thought I'd be sober. Like I literally didn't think I could. And like that night, I smiled. Like I was having fun for the first time in a long time. So what do you want me to play? Pick something.
Jeremy, give me a, let's call this charisma plus persuasion roll.
I could do that. Can I activate all?
I'm gonna say, yeah, as if this moment, the strangeness, as the absurdity of this moment washes over the two of you, suddenly something else washes over him.
5 successes.
He swallows. You can see, actually, his Adam's apple bob and flex. You, paying attention to the tracheal region a lot more lately. With 5 successes, he seems to calm down a fraction. Say, know any Ray Charles?
A little bit. A little jazzy for my taste, but so I'll shift back up into the right key and I'll start playing. I thought I was going to be mad when I thought about everything. But I'm not. Is that weird?
I think you would know better than me.
You were always nice to me, like putting up with my shit. Complete the piece for him, and then kind of the piano, close the lid back down onto the keys.
Silence is strangely deafening when you do. He still hasn't moved from where he is behind the bar, almost as if he's, at this exact moment in time, not really sure if he should move, if it's in his best interest to make any sudden movements.
Very slowly get up off of the piano, and I'm just gonna kind of walk over. I'm not gonna sit down and where I usually used to sit. I'm gonna sit down a little bit, give him a little bit of space. So I'm gonna kind of sit back, and I'm gonna say, well, I always thought the piano here was too good for the town, and I guess maybe I was right. It's weird. It's sobriety's tinnitus. This actually really sucks. It's got it's like a ringing. It's not really going away. I'm not gonna ask how much you knew, what's going on. I just want to know why. That's it.
That's fair.
You've always been nice to me. Putting up with all my crap. Was it just too much, or?
Jeremy, you don't get it. I'm not the guy making the calls here. I haven't been ever since I got this job.
How's it taste? I'm gonna kind of smile at him and kind of indicate down to the glass.
Yeah, takes a drink. Like something only rich folks enjoy.
I tried. Whatever this new cocktail they have me on for, the sobriety, it's keeping me throw it up when I try. It's not fun.
I think we both know that if you're here, they did a bit more than just sober you up.
So, I wanted to ask you a question. And how much money do I actually owe you?
He blinks, almost as if, of all the questions, that was not the one he was expecting. He, still very slowly reaches down under the bar, pulls out a recent receipt. A little over $1,000 now. Even it tastes like dirt. That stuff ain't cheap. Thought maybe I'd, for the purposes of full transparency here, it's kind of a bit of a ritual of mine. Could say you're not the, first to get sent upstairs, and when they don't come back, I fix myself whatever their favorite drink was, and just take a moment is all. And that's just what I was doing, just taking a moment for you. Okay.
I will slide back over to the scene in front of him and just kind of sit there and kind of stare down at the glass. I was jonesing real bad that night. I met this lady. She told me I don't know how to. She made me smile, like really smile, for the first time in a long time. I was having fun. Can't remember the last time I actually had fun playing, and I thought about that moment. And I, like, ever since that night, I've been thinking about that moment, and that's why I came back here tonight. Just because I had fun with her, and she made me smile, like really happy, even with what happened. I kind of wanted to make you smile. Does that make sense? I wanted to not say it was okay, but part of me wanted to see what you would do. Part of me wanted to see reaction. And then I saw that look you got in your eyes and wanted to make it feel better. I'm not mad. Not angry at you. I'm not. I feel bad. Like, thinking with like the lens of clarity, not having, however many years of booze flowing through my system or really bad night or two of cold turkey. I don't think I've been thinking really clearly recently. And other than the damn tinnitus, I think this is the first time I've really been awake in a long time. And sort of owe that to you. It might not have been what you wanted to do or what you intended. It might not have wanted anything, but it was the best night of my life. I've had a lot of long nights over the years. So for that, thanks, man. Any cash in my wallet, I'd be putting it in your jar right now. But the song will have to do.
You know what? I think we'll just call it even, No sense in dragging this out. But just a word to the wise. You really shouldn't be here right now.
Another party?
No, more just when we close early, we're not actually closed. Yeah. And if you're not, if
invited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been invited anywhere on my own recognizance and God knows how long. Gotta reach out and I'm gonna kind of like pat next to the glass and say, that's my last drink. So enjoy it. If I don't come back, thanks for everything and for putting up with me for 6 months?
About that, yeah.
If you does not involve money in this, but I'll tell you what. If you need me to play for you some night, why don't you give me a call or reach out to me? You know what I mean. I'll come and I'll play one night. Just whatever you want to hear.
Mighty generous of you.
I don't have a lot, but that's it. So this is kind of hard for me. I'm gonna be trying to put some stuff back together and get this fucking ring to stop. You don't hear that, do you? It's fine.
Hear what?
It's like I'm gonna kind of like hold my hand up and like make like a pinching motion, kind of like above temple. It's like a bell or a tone, and it's just been playing nonstop. And sort of dies down a little bit when I was playing on the piano there, but it's back now. It's like it's there. I'm not gonna try to put you in that position. Tell you what, get out of your hair. Don't want to get you in trouble or whatever, and thanks. Just gonna find something that earbuds. That's an idea. I'm gonna go get some music or something. I'm gonna offer him my hand. It's been fun.
Takes it, and the moment his warm flesh meets your cool, almost ice cold, in fact, grip, his eyes go a little bit wider as something finally clicks in the back of his forebrain.
Thanks.
You go to leave, and as you do, you swear that distant ringing, it's not ringing anymore. There's a beat, there's a tempo to it.
Like dance music or like rock? Like what we got?
Yeah. Almost like, yeah, some annoying EDM beat. And you find yourself kind of absentmindedly just humming along for a second. And as you do, you hear Carson say, Hey, wait.
Yeah, I'm kind of slowly turn around and face him. I'm kind of. He's actually literally probably tapping his foot like to the tones he's hearing.
Listen, you didn't hear this from me, but something tells me you're gonna get a different kind of thirsty sooner rather than later. And when and if that happens, there's these night spots out in Little Hollywood, you know, where all the old set warehouses used to be. Let's just say if you wanted to stay out of trouble, I'd recommend doing whatever it is you gotta do there.
Could you do me one favor?
I don't think I'm in much of a position to haggle, so sure.
You can say no. It's fine. It's a friendly thing, not a veiled threat or whatever you're worried I'm doing to you. Remember the girl, like pixie cut, black hair, French accent?
Yeah.
If you see her, could you like? This is gonna sound like stupid and sappy. Can you tell her I'm smiling?
Sure. Whatever you want, Jeremy.
Thanks, Carson. Thanks. I'm gonna kind of reach up and pat him on the shoulder. Serious about playing for you. You married? You gotta, like, if you're gonna get married, maybe I'll play your wedding. That'll be fun. That could be a fun little thing. Stupid. You don't hear dance music?
No, man. I don't hear anything.
It's like shitty synth poppy electronica. I'm actually gonna kind of like slowly, like my hand probably drifts slowly off of his shoulder, and Jimmy's actually gonna wander off in the direction the music's coming from.
Indeed. So you find yourself following the music for what feels like the second time tonight, out and open and into the night, to where exactly you're not quite sure, but something, just like something told you should give Carson one last visit. Now something's telling you to head in that direction. That underlay, that sour note.
Like they're ever so slightly out of tune. That where the speaker's got like that bit of distortion that you can hear, but like you can't get rid of. Like an old speaker. I'm gonna follow the noise. Let's see where we're going tonight. Apparently, we're going somewhere.
You might be the only person in San Arroyo who actually knows where they're going tonight, at least.
Any place is up from here. Any place is up.
On that note, that is where we are going to end for now.